Every day is a special occasion. Breathe in right now God's grace. Take nothing and no one for granted. I want to encourage you to start celebrating now, not when. How often do we say, I'll be happy when I get the job, when I get the money, when I get the relationship, when I get the house? No, celebrate now, not when. You see the shadow side of having goals, and goals are good. I'm always teaching others how to set their goals, but there's a shadow side to it, because having goals can trick the mind and make you think you can't be happy and grateful until you arrive in the future. Live now. Appreciate the now. Be here now. Be grateful now. You woke up this morning. You're already winning. Look around to count your blessings and not your bruises. You've worked so hard for every single accomplishment, progress, milestone, and moments of victory. And some of those moments, no one even saw it. So don't put your happiness and gratitude on layaway. You know what I learned is that you and I can go for 3 minutes without oxygen. We can go for 3 days without water. We can go for 3 weeks without food. But we can't go a moment without thinking, feeling, and choosing. Our mind is always going. I want to encourage you to start working on regulating your thoughts and your feelings to prevent yourself from falling into a downward spiral of overthinking, gloom, doubt, anger, regrets, sorrow, shame, stress, blame, and negative self-talk and self-pity. I mean, our mind is always going. When circumstances out of your control add stress to your life, it becomes even more difficult to regulate your state of mind. Stress and anxiety can just add fuel to unwanted thoughts, unhealthy thoughts. It can provoke worry and lead you into a cycle that can rapidly become overwhelming and just pull you into a dark pit. I want to remind you to start taking back control of your thoughts, because you can't go a minute without thinking, by exploring those key sources of stress. Where is it coming from in your life? And seek ways to remove and reduce those triggers. We all get triggered at times by people and circumstances, jobs, the news, but most people can't completely remove all the stress triggers. Stress comes from the outside. And you can't always control what's happening on the outside. That's why self-care is so important. That's why listening to my podcast and any other source of inspiration that you have is so important to feed your faith, your self-worth, your courage, your resiliency, nurturing your mind and your body and your spirit. This all makes it possible for you to bounce back from those life difficulties, those bumps in the road, so that you do not lose your way, you do not lose hope, you do not lose faith. I'm all about teaching others and myself how to bulletproof my heart from the adversities of life. And self-care looks like getting some quality sleep, eating nourishing food, drinking water, having a good, healthy social connection with others, as opposed to being isolated. Self-care is about asking for help when you need it. It's about making time for relaxation, to not overthinking, staying. The trick is to learn how to sit with the thoughts that you don't want. Notice them, but then you gotta let them go, which helps you to loosen their hold on you. You can't deny it. If whatever you're feeling it. And you say, oh, there it is. But the minute you acknowledge it, rather than trying to push it down and resist it and fight it, you say, there it is. And it loosens its hold on you. Looking at a situation from a distance, from a point of view where you are stepping outside of yourself, helps you to see a full picture and not just focusing on the trauma that you're experiencing. Make wise choices today. Why don't you read my book, Shift Happens, S-H-I-F-T. Yep, shift happens, and I know shit happens too. But I just love the play on words, S-H-I-F-T, because it's just letting us know that change will happen. Change is always happening in our lives. And when we cannot deal with it, it becomes paralyzing and stressful. So we got to learn how to armor up. We got to learn how to bulletproof our mind and our heart so that we can hold on to our faith, our hope, our courage, and our peace of mind. And one of the things that you can do is to learn that procrastination is a thief. What's sitting on your back? What is holding you back? Because you've got this little monkey on your back of things that you know you haven't paid attention to. Another thing you want to do is to acknowledge your small wins. Your small wins, those little moments of victory, because this helps to increase your self-esteem and your forward movement and your sense of resiliency. You keep going, you keep going, you keep going because you're acknowledging, yeah, I did that. Yes, I finished that. Another thing you can do is to maintain your boundaries from the bullies, from the people that bring the drama, from the people and the places that distract you and tempt you and discourage you. And another thing you can do, my God, is remember that when you stop being a people pleaser, maybe you're not, but I used to be. When you learn to stop being a people pleaser, the people you stop pleasing, they're not going to be pleased. So get ready for that bumpy ride as you learn to make your yes, yes, and your no, no. Stay awake to your personal power and your possibilities. It's important to have those boundaries. In one of my newsletters, I talked about the 6 type of boundaries that we need, and I'll have a future podcast talking about boundaries. It's so important that we feed our mind, our body, and our spirit because life is fragile. We have to handle it with prayer, with love, with action, with faith, with courage, and compassion. So it's not all about just us taking care of ourselves and just propping ourselves up. It's also about extending kindness and service to others in need and hurting around you. They're there. There are people around you right now smiling, and that smile is covering up a lot of pain. So my prayer for you today is that your blessings would just chase you down, that the next door that opens will be an opening to a new breakthrough, that you will begin to recognize God's grace in those ordinary moments. I pray that you make wise choices today. I pray that you let go of grudges, resentment, blame, anger, procrastination, clutter, regrets, or any toxic emotion that is stealing your peace. My friend, you are growing. You are amazing. You are focused. You are resilient. You are living an abundant life. Pay attention to those ordinary moments. May you be blessed today. And I know you're tired, but stay inspired to press on. It's real. The struggle is real, but God is real. And I pray that God's holy hidden hands help you today in all of your endeavors. Remember how important it is to live in the now. It is a decision to live with gratitude and joy. And you know why? Because it confuses the enemy. Have a blessed day and stay in the light.